Hello, welcome to part 69 of this Airbnb clone rubyonrails series. And in last video, we worked on the basic UI of ad review, basic backend of it, and we added these hidden fields, right? So now in this video, we'll start working on the UI part a bit. So let's focus at easy things first. Do we need user ID as a hidden field or a user input? Okay, we have to decide this. So we don't want this from a user input, right? We want it as a DAG field only, so it will remain hidden. For content, we'll create a div, and this div, in this what we will do is we will create a label, and the name of that label will be the key. Okay, the result for that would be this content, and also we'll have a text area, same content, and this will be the text area. Let's change this UI a bit. Class flex call py4, and looks bit better. Obviously we will update these, we will finish this UI later on, but right now it will work for me. So let's get rid of this, and this will act as the input for us. So let's do this. We'll test it later on. I don't think we need to test it right away. If you want, you can add this as a review and go to console and check the last review, and you'll see that it is working. Okay, now we want rating part. Now that's a bit typical part. So let's start with what all things we know. First thing we know is we will have to show stars, right? So let's focus on that. For that, I'll go to Tailwind UIS. Actually, we have used stars later on, right? 5 dot times. Yes, we have these ratings. So let's copy this and paste it here and fix the indentation. We don't want this entire code. We have this rating, but we want it to be 6. Looks a bit better. And along with this, I will add, by default they should be gray, so fill gray 200 is way light, 300 looks fine. Okay, I will break this SVG in multiple lines. Okay, so nothing special here. We have set this UI earlier also. We want a label also, so for that I'll use the same thing, but I'll use this cleanliness rating here. Okay, it doesn't look that great, so flex column looks bad again. Okay, item center, we can remove that, and instead of empty this, let's do py4. But this is again a bad thing. Why? Okay, I'll have to keep this entire thing in a div. And let's fix this indentation and refresh. Nope. Okay, we haven't used block anywhere, so what we can do is class flex column, looks good. Yeah, works for now. Okay, let's fix this indentation. Okay, so we have this view. Now how will the user react? user will click on one of the ratings. So basically they will click one of the SVG icons, and from that we have to register that this is a 4 star or 5 star or 3 star. Now the first problem is that we want that rating in our form similar to this. So what we'll do is we'll cut this, for now paste it here, and now we want to make this value dynamic. So that's the first task. Actually not the first task, that's the entire task. If we are able to click on this, register these 4 ratings and set that value here, it will work for us. Okay, now the problem with this is we cannot do this with pure embedded Ruby code only. So here comes stimulus again. So we can create a controller. Let's create a controller, JavaScript controller, new file, rating controller. Okay, sorry, it's a .js. And in this I'll write, first we will have to check whether it has been connected or not. Rating controller, and we'll have to create a, okay, there is one more change that I'm doing. I'm wrapping this entire thing in a div. What's happening here? Yeah, slashed. Okay, this, and I'm using that data controller here. Let's save, inspect, console, and it has been connected. Rating controller, great. Great. Now what we have to do, there is one more issue, which is if I inspect this, all these SVGs are exactly same, 1 2 3 4 5. So we'll have to make it a bit unique. Now what's the main difference between this SVG and this SVG? This is on first position, this is second, third, fourth, fifth. So what we will do is we'll use this index. We'll create data position, actually not position, rating, and we'll use this I 0. Okay, we need I plus 1. Hopefully this works. Let's inspect this fourth one, and we can see it is data rating 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so now they are a bit unique, we can say. Now let's focus on a couple of things. Currently stimulus controller doesn't have anything, so what all things we will have to do? Catch click action in controller. So first thing we will have to do is we will have to catch, whenever this SVG gets clicked, we will have to call some function in controller, right? Let me write it like this: call function in controller. Now we will have multiple types of ratings: cleanliness, value, location, all those things. Right now we are just clicking on an SVG. At this point we don't know it was part of cleanliness, or it was part of or it was fourth, third, fifth. Obviously we do have these data ratings, but our controller doesn't know this part. So we can use this data rating in our controller. That's one. Pass click the rating to controller. That's one. Third, identify which type of rating, like cleanliness, value, etc. Which type of rating it is, we will have to identify that. So anything else we will have to do? I think for now this should be fine. So what we will do is, let's start with first data action. How do we set an action? We register a click action, and from that in our rating controller we can call set rating. set rating function. Set rating. Let's capture this. Console.log e.target. Refresh console and let's catch this. Okay, we are getting this path, but we clicked on SVG. Okay, I think there is an issue. Okay, if we click outside the path but inside the SVG, we get the SVG click here, and if we click in the center, we get the path here. So we will have to make it a bit uniform, and for that const SVG star element is equals to e dot current target. Let me log couple of things to make sure I'm going on right path. E dot current path dot tag name get tag name from element JavaScript. Yeah, tag name is a property. Let's click SVG, and if we click on okay, again SVG. Why is all of these are SVG only? Why is center click not working now? Let me check e.target also. If I click here, it's SVG, but we are getting path. If I click outside, it is SVG and we are getting SVG. So I think current target should, e.target should suffice. Let's again check these things. Testing these things do take some time, but anyways, we will have to do this. I know it might be boring because you are just seeing the solution, but coming to solution takes some time. Now I'm clicking outside of star and it is giving SVG, and I'm clicking and it is the same SVG, and I'm clicking inside of it and it is giving path and SVG. So I don't need this, I can use star element directly. That's great. So now we have got the element, and in this element we have this data rating. So let's get that first. Const rating is equals to e dot, let's not use e, star element. Okay, use e only because it will make much sense. Not in terms of naming convention, but making sure that okay, the click item we are talking about, e dot current target dot rating dot data set dot rating. We have used e dot target dataset and e dot current dataset should be same. Booking controller. what's happening here. Dataset reserve property URL. Yes, we have used it correctly. Data rating. Maybe clicking outside. Nope. Identify rating. This cannot read properties of undefined rating. Okay. Let's log dataset console.log. Debugging these things do take time. Rating is undefined. If you would have noticed in the video directly, you would have felt, okay, such a silly mistake that I'm doing. I just missed an A. Dataset dot rating. Now hopefully it should work, otherwise it will purely be a debugging video. Yeah, got it. So now we have got this rating. Now what we can do is we can send this rating back to our hidden field. Okay, so let's try to do that. For that we will have to create a target. So let's create a target here. Let me remove this value, we don't need this. We will set it directly. Data dot, nope, rating target. Okay, it's similar to naming sorry, and we will name it as cleanliness rating, or should I keep it some, for now I'll keep it cleanliness rating only. Okay, so let's get this target first, and for that what we can do is I don't want to create a target here actually, because if I do that, then it, yeah, identifying that will become a bit problem. Okay, no worries, let me think of some other solution. Inspect, we have this hidden field, it has data rating target cleanliness rating. Okay, so let's copy this directly, and it is part of this. So what we can do is, what I will try to do is, we have, whenever we get a click on SVG, we get the instance of the SVG, right? The element SVG. From that, I'll go to this parent, and in that, from that I can go to this input. So let's try this out. And for that I might have to do some changes. No worries, let's do this. Console.log parent. I'm adding log a lot because before implementing the code, I want to make sure that we are going on correct path. Dot parent node, refresh console, click, and parent node is this flex, and it contains these SVGs. Okay, so what I will do is, I'll bring this inside this flex. Yeah, anyways it is hidden field, so it should not matter. Click, and we got this input. So now we can get this data value also. Query selector for input type JavaScript. I think we just have to run query selector input and mention the data type, data rating target cleanliness rating. Okay, so basically we just have to match from this point till this point is string, but I just want to confirm the code. Okay, this, let's go console dot log input, but instead of form we'll have to use this, because this is our div which we can see here. This is our div, and in that we need this query selector. Instead of name we need data rating target. Data rating target. By the way, it is becoming complex because we have 6 different types of ratings. If it would have been a one single type of rating, like the overall rating, it would have been way easier. Cleanliness rating, sorry. If it is not visible, let me break it into multiple lines for now. Refresh, click, and we got this input. So now that we have this input, we can set this value const, sorry, this should be our cost. Input value, nope, not the input value, it should be rating input. Yes, rating input dot value should be equals to this rating, and it should work. Let's click 5, inspect this, and we have this value 5. Great. So I hope this makes sense. I'm not stopping this video, but I think it makes sense that we are setting this value 5 here. Okay, let's 4 3. Obviously we cannot see it here, but it's fine. We can quickly fix that. So I'm just checking one thing. This is a string. I think it is correct, but why am I? No worries, let's make an API call. So what we have done is we have removed the cleanliness like this earlier, and we have made it a bit dynamic. So let's add this Rajat, sorry, cleanliness rating of 5 or maybe 3. Let's add 3, and all other ratings will be used from the hidden field, and submit this, and it was successful. Let's go to Rails console, review.last 3 and 3. Great. So now we just have to scale this up. Okay, so what are the issues that we can face with this? Obviously we have done all these things. Okay, we will have to pass the rating type also, because the problem with this implementation is that, okay, let me explain this current implementation first. We had no way in our form, Rails form, that we could have used a star rating system. So what we did was we created a UI. It can be any sort of UI. Here we are using 5 icons to represent the rating, and using stimulus we sent some details to our rating controller. What are those details? First is the rating which user wants to register, like 1 2 3 4 5, and second is, let me reorder this, and second is the click action, so that we can call the function whenever the rating is clicked. As soon as the set rating function gets called, we get this rating in there. We got this rating, and now we are setting this again to our input hidden field. Okay, so as soon as we submit the form form submission won't care about this. They just care about f dot things, like f is part of the form here. So they will just care about form dot things. So they are just worried about form dot hidden field. Okay, cleanliness rating, what is the value? Whatever we have set using this. I hope this makes sense. I think I should do one more thing, because we are writing these many codes, and especially we are using parent node. I would like to wrap this up. so that if it is not found, it should not be immediate failure or something like this. Let's go to our accounts. Okay, now there is one problem. In this controller, we cannot use cleanliness word because we don't know whether the user has clicked on cleanliness or the value or the location variable to identify those part. So what we can do is, similar to rating, we can pass this category also. Cleanliness. I'm just thinking something. Yeah, let's start and then we'll see. Const rating category is equals to we have got the rating category. Now we can use that here. Okay, working on different languages. Rating category. Okay, so basically we are passing cleanliness here, which will get used here. Rating, which will get used here. Let's see. Refresh. Inspect. No, yes. Okay, and in this we have this hidden input with value 5. No, this is accuracy. We have this input, but it doesn't have a rating till now. Let's click on this. 4, 5. It is still working. So we have got rid of the rating part. Let's focus on the UI part also. Let's get all these stars. Okay, for that we can simply use a star, nothing else. Data rating target star. Okay, so using this we can get this element, right? So for that we will do the same query, something similar. Stars. I should break this into multiple lines or what? No worries for now. Okay, current element. What was the current element? It was the SVG. From that we are going to the parent. That's fine, parent node, and in that we want all data rating targets which are star. All data rating targets which are star. Great. Maybe we can get all category which is cleanliness, and then also we will get these 5 SVGs also. That should work. That will work for sure, but won't be the cleanest code, so it's fine. We are doing this repetition, it's fine. So we will get these stars, hopefully. Let's do this. Again, console.log stars.count. I should break this into multiple lines now. Okay, it's bad still, but fine. Let's do this. const parent element, or maybe just use root element, because in the context of rating it will be a root element, and use this directly. Root element dot query selector, this root element dot query selector all, because we are not getting only one star, we want to get all the stars. So let's use count of that. Refresh console, stars is undefined. I think I know what mistake I made. Inspect data rating target star, we need SVG. Again undefined, okay. SVG data rating target star. What time? Okay, 31 minutes already. Okay, what we'll do is we'll focus on this UI part in next video. So for now, I'll just summarize this quickly. We connected our controller, rating controller, to our reviews. The view part, and in that, in our controller, we passed our rating, the rating that which user wants to register, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got the category. For us, it will be cleanliness for now. We got the root element so that we can get the rating input. Basically, we cannot use cleanliness, those kind of words, and using these two things, root element and rating input, we were able to get this. This is the rating input, okay? And in this, we were able to set the value using this, okay? So I hope this entire code makes sense. Clicked elements, data input, value is 4, great. Clicked on 3 and the value is 3, great. So now what we will do in next video is we'll show the UI, and then we will scale this for these elements also. It might not make much sense at first because of the nature of how complex this is, but yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Thank you. Bye bye.